Hi everyone. Welcome to my very first YouTube video tutorial. I'm here to educate women, young, old, whatever. I think we should recognize the housewife status as it being a job, something important, something that is necessary. There are things that we do that are just sick and hard. We work to keep a house running, and just, if it wasn't for us, there are so many men out there who would be starving, working, and probably living off of 400 calories a day. So, lucky for me and you out there, the housewives of this world, I think it's important for us to empower each other. I think we should all, swap ideas and trade secrets and give other women out there a chance to realize what it takes to be a devoted, loving, faithful housewife. Recently I've encountered women who are marrying men so they're not homeless. Just wow. I didn't know that this was actually something that was happening. I don't know if I could go as far to say it's an epidemic, but we no longer marry men for love, I guess. Apparently it's just about stability. It's about being able to have a home, and even if you don't like, the man, you take it just so you don't have to live on the street or eat out of a dumpster. And I think that's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I don't understand it. I am only 36 years old, so I think somewhere in some generation after us, the girls or women of society just decided to say, fuck it. Let's be whores, and let's take guys for all they have. And it kind of gives real, real hardworking, educated wives and mothers a bad name. And I'm insulted. I'm very, very insulted. So I'm here to show all of you young ladies out there some tips on how to be a great, devoted housewife and mother. So my first thing would be to say one of the perks about this job is I can do everything in my underwear. I can go my entire day without once having to put a bra on, which sometimes is a good thing. But today I've decided to show you guys how easy it is to throw things together with your leftovers in your fridge. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I made mashed potatoes with a beautiful sirloin tip roast, and the leftovers are going to go into something that we've made. So I have used the leftovers of my mashed potatoes from the day before yesterday, and my my homemade pork bolognese red sauce that we had with our spaghetti the other 3 nights ago, and I turned it into just a delightful shepherd's pie / casserole. And I can uncover it just so I can show you guys what it looks like. There we go. And what it is it's mashed potatoes, leftover mashed potatoes. It's this is a blend of the Monterey Jack pepper cheese, and I also used my red sauce, my bolognese red sauce. my pork bolognese sauce. So I made this about 20 minutes ago, maybe a little less than 20 minutes ago. And essentially you're making it just to heat it up. So you can just slide it in your oven for, a few minutes, 15 maybe, depending on how warm you like it or how much you like your cheese melted. Like I also mentioned, I made a sirloin tip roast, beef roast, when I made the mashed potatoes, and there it is. What I've done for these leftovers is I threw the sirloin into a pot with water, about a half a cup of water, and I turned the burner onto a medium-low heat. And when it's reached its temperature and back to its peak tenderness, you just want to go ahead and take a fork, or 2 forks, and just start shredding it up. You may even want to take out a little bit of the water. I just let it evaporate. I just let it sit and simmer, for hours if I want to, and I just use it throughout the day to, throw together a taco or something for the baby. It's only like 12:30 right now, so it's not going to be eaten or used until after, until afternoon, late afternoon, even as late as early dinner. And the reason why I'm sharing this now is because it's Monday, and Monday we very rarely like to do anything here. But I'm just going to take you through a typical housewife Monday day. So one of the first things we do when we wake up in the morning, like I said, it's 12:30 already. So we've been up for a while. We've been up since about 7, and I still have not brushed my hair, nor have I put a bra on, which is, again, a perk of this job. But at 7 o'clock, what we do is we get up, and the first thing that we do is we take our dog out to go pee. Here's our little girl right there. All you see is her nose. Boop, boop. That's the first thing we do is we take the dog out to go pee. One of the great things about being a housewife and mother is we get control over the house. We get to decorate to our heart's content, and we get to pretty much make our home in the style that we want. Not necessarily in the style that our husband wants. He has his say, sure, but, it's all about what Mama wants. How Mama wants it to look, So everything that's on the shelves or in the house or on the walls is a reflection of what Mom wants, because this is our home. We take what our husbands give us, what they work so hard for, and we turn it into a beautiful place. So why not be proud of that? Why not be proud of making your home, your house a home? So the first thing we did was we took our dog out to go pee. And then it's just a matter of how you want to take your day, which way you want to go. If you have school children, obviously you take your kids to school first. If you do have school kids, you can, hi pretty girl. You have a few hours in the day to be able to do stuff like clean, even have some alone time. So if you are lucky enough to do that, you can take advantage. Personally, I teach my son at home, and he will be allowed to go to, she smells that sirloin tip cooking. She smells it simmering right here on the stovetop, and it is. Turn that down a little. I know you smell it, but you can't have any. So on a typical day, I would make coffee, and I would sit and I would have my coffee right here at my kitchen table. And I would, for as long as I wanted. And the whole main point would be is to get is to get the job done. It's our job to make sure that our husbands have a place to come to and be home. And this is my husband's office, playroom, toy room, whatever. And there are very few things that I do here in this particular space. But one of the things that I absolutely do is I clean up for him here. I clean up the floor, and and I also use this computer to pay bills. Because although my husband does work and make the money, I am in charge of it. I'm in charge of making sure that money is distributed to the places that it needs to be distributed to. So the rent and the electricity and the gas and everything that is used here, functioning here, I make sure that it happens. That's a part of the job. That goes in the job description. So it's not for those of you who are like, oh, you're a housewife, but you have it so easy. You get to lay around all day, and that hardly happens. I have my sister who comes over every afternoon, and she makes me work out with her. That's not fun. But I get to do it in the comfort of my own home. Yes. And I also don't have to go outside in 0-degree weather, which is also a huge perk, But one of the downsides, and this is huge, you don't feel like you're ever contributing. No matter how many things I do around this house, no matter how many, successful run-throughs of the ABCs my son does, I still always feel like I'm not doing enough, or I'm not contributing enough to this household. And even though this household runs because of me, and my children and husband are fed because of me, I still sometimes feel very worthless, useless, even though I know that without my contributions, a lot of these things wouldn't be happening. Like I said, if it wasn't for wives and mothers, a lot of husbands would be starving. But I'm lucky enough to have a partner who views my job as equally as important as his.